Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, PCS Laundry Live is on the air again. Friday night broadcast live from in front of the Lexington Laundromat in White Plains, New York. Welcome everybody, and here we go. Got a beautiful night, but it's a little windy, so that could be an issue. We've had problems with that before. If it starts being a pain in the ass, obviously just let me know. I don't know what I can do about it. As far as the wind goes, I can't control that too much. So, also, note that I'm going with the vertical hold today as opposed to the horizontal hold. And it's just a funny thing that turned up from last week with that debacle we had with the split show, when I just kind of caved and went with the vertical hold in the second half. Excuse me. And I noticed the sound quality was a lot better. So I want to try that and just see. And you're not really seeing anything anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter what you're looking at. You know, if anything interesting pops up, I can tip the camera and you can see what's going on. But as always, thank you everyone for your unending support of Planet Common Sense on Facebook and PCS Laundry Live and everything else that we do. We cannot do it without you, and you guys just lift me up, man. You're the wind beneath my wings. Lots to talk about tonight. I have not been feeling well this week. I talked about that yesterday. It was just a head cold, but it's just one of those ones that just kicks you in the ass. So my voice is a little off, in case you hadn't noticed. We got a little Barry White thing going on. I'm probably going to be coughing a little bit and talking a little slower because I'm not breathing that great, but I'm okay. I'm not dying yet. Working our way down to our regular camp out spot in front of the Bryant Federal Courthouse in White Plains. It's a happy place for me. You know why, if you don't ask. New people, there's a shitload of you out there in the last week, which we're going to talk about a little bit this week. So the way it works is completely interactive. Jump into the comments. Let us know you're here. Let us know who you are, where you're from, whatever you're comfortable disclosing to us. And we'll say hi right back to you. Also remember, I do not see all the comments. They go by fast, and some of them don't show up at all. And who knows what's going to show up today after what went on earlier today. But whatever I don't address tonight live during the show, I'll go back tomorrow when I'm at my laptop, my desktop, and address everything there and say hi to everybody and answer any questions you may have at that point. So, we're just about in our landing area. I hope the wind's not too bad. It's been blowing. It's beautiful out. It's been in the 70s all week. We've been getting some decent weather. We had one bad day, and it was cold, and that's when I got sick, I think. But people say, it has nothing to do with the cold, it's germs, whatever. Whatever, I don't give a shit. I don't feel good. But I'm better now. It's pretty hurting yesterday, and it's just so, I don't know, I couldn't find anything, I couldn't latch onto the funny yesterday. I don't think. Nothing seemed to be working or being particularly funny. Hopefully today was a little better, and hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit better than that. So, I didn't bring anything in with me tonight. I really didn't, because, there's a lot of stuff to talk about, but let's hit the scroll wheel for some cues here. I'm going back, and I'm catching up. We got Mike Petty. We got Mona Eves, Judy Ann, Kathy Dozier, Deborah Patera, Judy Ann, Sharon Mondry, Carol Bush, Linda Bleefnick, Happy Flag Day. Kathy Dozier wants some bourbon. Deb Sage saying, hey, everybody. Deb, your name looks a little familiar from the page, but I don't know if you've been on PCS Laundry Live before, so welcome. Thanks for giving us a shot. Oops, sorry about that. And I hope you enjoy it. Jump right in. We got a bunch of cool people here. Deborah Patera, happy birthday to President Trump. I think we should sing happy birthday. What do you think? Everybody going to sing with me, or am I just going to do it by myself like a jackass? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Do-do-do-do. Happy birthday, President Donald J. Trump. Happy birthday to you. All right, so that's out the way. Jim Thomas, what's up? the unofficial consigliere for Planet Common Sense, PCS Laundry Live, and all things PCS, is in the house with us tonight. Carol Bush, the gang's all here. Scott Thompson from Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. Betsy Believable is here. Bessie Dotson, thanks for the notice. I'm filling up the lighter. Got that taken care of. In fact, I think I went out already, so here we go. Hang on. Very good. This cigarette sponsored by the Zippo Betsy Dotson sent me about a month ago. Hey, you know what? Tonight, it's a special occasion. And guess what? This is the first. I counted them today. This is the 20th episode of PCS Laundry Live. It started on February 1st. And this is number 20. But this is the first authentic PCS Laundry Live you're hearing. All the rest of them didn't count. This is the first authentic one because last weekend I went through the dreaded authentication process with the dark side. Dun, 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 dun. I gave myself up to Facebook and I gave them what they wanted. And I gotta tell you, I hate to say this word necessarily because it's explainable, but I overreacted a little bit in dealing with that. You know, at least outwardly, it doesn't look like it looks like it was a lot less than what I thought it was going to be. I heard a lot of things about what you had to go through for this authentication process, okay? And I was hearing things like you got to give up your driver's license, you got to give up your social security number, you got to give up legal address, and it just I'm just like, this is just every single thing that I can think of that I don't want, like, any online social media or whatever outlet to have is what they're asking me for. And that's what was just making me so like squirrely about going through with it. But it ended up, you know, like I said last week, we had no choice. We had to do it. A couple of the other sites were the same. I know that way we had it here. So I ended up doing it. And I'll tell you what, all they ended up doing was asking me for my phone number, which I gave them, which they then sent me a text with a code number to type in to authenticate the phone, which I did. And then they just asked me to type in my location, which I did. And that was it. So, in a sense, I guess I overreacted, and I apologize if I was sounding like a weepy little bitch last week about it. I didn't mean to come across that way. But you know what? I care about this thing a lot. And I care about you guys. And I want to make sure I'm able to stay here. And anything that comes up that just makes things shaky for me, it just really, really gets on me and stresses me out. That might even been part of why I got, who knows, why I got sick. But, you know what? After it was done, it's like superpowers started opening back up. And it was just, and the other thing was just, it was such a coincidence, I guess it was a coincidence with the explosion we had on here, which we'll get to that in a minute too. But, you know, after the authentication, everything just smoothed out. I got most of my powers back. There's a few things that are still a little sketchy. Still not, for some reason, allowed to join groups anymore, which is going to, you know, that could potentially cause a little of an issue down the line. But basically, everything is functional. Everything's running normal again. And I just want to briefly get you up to speed. I did a couple of things to shore up the site and to shore up the making sure that Planet Common Sense is going to be around. I named a couple of administrators, a couple of editors, which I'm not going to say their names. If they want to be public about it, they can. Or if they want, you know, we can talk about that some other time. I didn't really address it with them. Just got them in place. So the biggest problem I have with the whole working under my own account is that if I end up going to Facebook jail, which I will eventually, for 30 days, and I'm the only one running the show, then PCS shuts down for 30 days. And I think I went over that last week. And that's the whole reason why I got my little team of little elves there, Johnny McGhost and Twago and Angelada and all them, to run the site in my absence. I'm just shifting a little bit to see if I can get, you know, the wind to not hit the phone so hard. So I got rid of all them, which, you know, we talked about that last week. Did the authentication, and I placed a couple of people who I trust a lot. Excuse me, that was disgusting. In as editors. So if anything happens and I end up in in the camp, in the gulag, I'm not going to go away for 30 days. I'll have somebody here who can just at least post and let you know what's going on. And maybe I can work out something where, I post some stuff from jail through them. But let's not harp on the bad stuff. Let's not think negative. Let's think positive. Everything's running smooth. The other move I did was, and this is something else I had started talking about in the last couple of weeks, was I started shoring up and actually started building the YouTube channel specifically for Planet Common Sense. And I always had my own, YouTube channel that I posted my videos on. Usually I'd share the videos from there onto Facebook. So I'm reversing that process now. There's a dedicated YouTube page in the works. It's being built right now, specifically for Planet Common Sense content, which right now is just going to be PCS Laundry Live. Who knows what else it's going to end up being. But once that's fully up to speed, it's taken forever to download the old episodes because I have a shit computer that I work on. It's like I'm running on dial-up, and it's taken a while to get everything loaded. And I want to get all the old stuff loaded and catch up to current. And once that's done, I'm going to put that out there. I'll put the site out there. Ask you to subscribe. You know how that works. If you want to subscribe to YouTube channel, you just click subscribe, and then anything that gets posted, you'll get a notification about. So we've all done that before, and more about that as it comes closer. But I'm working hard on that. So you know what? Everything looks like it's going to be all right for now, at least temporarily. As far as the shadow banning and the squelching of my my reach and stuff like that, it is what it is, and it's the game they play. And the shitty part about it is, yeah, it's a game, but they make up the rules, and they make them up as they go along, it seems like. Because, again, going into the other thing we were going to talk about, like the week we had last week here was just completely insane. And I was reaching, I posted it earlier in the week. It was a 7-day period that started last Thursday and went up until yesterday, where PCS got onto over 1 million screens across the country and internationally. I mean, I got people outside the country too. So we talked to 1 million people last week, man. That's just awesome. And you like to think that's what it's really supposed to do when it's not getting squashed. And maybe it is. Maybe it's just shenanigans on Facebook's part. The other thing is, you got to be real about it and say, I had those 2 memes that just like really, really exploded. There was a third one right after that, and it just could be coincidence that those 3 things just happened to hit, blew shit up in here, and it's coming back to reality now. So I'm tired of fighting with these guys. So I'm just going to do my due and say my words and write my stuff, and you guys do your thing, and I hope you enjoy it like you always have. I'm just going to keep marching forward and not worry about that shit so much anymore, and just get on with getting on. That's what I think we need to do. So, getting back on the scroll, let's see what's going on. Deborah Terra, all it's doing is raining and cold in Alpena, Michigan. Sorry about that. It's beautiful here. Kathy Dozier, nope, want to drink it for you, Cole. Don't know what that's about. Missy McCracken, hope you're feeling better. Happy Friday. Thank you so much. I feel a lot better. I'm all jacked up on some Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine just to be on the safe side, just to keep all the mucus flowing. Not flowing, actually just the opposite of flowing, because that'd be a hideously disgusting mess. Deb Sage, yeah, I've been here before. Okay, cool. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's tough to keep track, and it's getting really big. Listen, just touching back on that last thing we talked about. Since we talked last Friday, we added 1,300 new people to Planet Common Sense family. How serious they're going to take it or not, that remains to be seen. Not a lot of people just said bucket and left right away, so that's always a good sign. But seriously, welcome to everybody who jumped in during that mayhem going on last week. I hope you liked the memes wherever you saw them. If you came in on one of those memes, that was the, I'm not even going to remember. It was the Nancy Pelosi one where she said fuck at the end. The Tallywhacker meme, how could I forget that? And then there was another one after that. There was just 3 big ones. So anybody came in off of those, let us know about that. Let me know where you saw it, because that shit got out there far and wide across the fruited plain. And it's always nice to know, so I can say my thank yous to everybody. So, John LaBarbara is watching. John, you know me since I was born. Holy crackers! Cool to see you on the broadcast here. We go back a long, long way. I'm glad you're checking out the live show. Thanks for coming in. Macy Angel's here with a heart. Judy Ann, I love how this group has grown. Yeah, it's just mind-boggling. You know, again, and at the risk of repeating myself, which I always do anyway. Hang on. It wasn't that long ago where I was like stressing so hard over like, oh shit, I only got 3 new followers today and 2 people unfollowed. What am I gonna do? It's over. And it's just like such a relief to not even have to just like deal with that anymore. And like when the memes go out and they get a lot of pull and they get action, the shares, all the shares that you guys throw out there, and thank you so much for that, and pulls people in, and it's just less time I have to dedicate to pimping myself, which I gotta tell you, for like, you know, since the start, that's like been the thing that took up most of my time more than anything. So it's freeing up a lot of new time to do other things and get other things cooking, which I am. Like I said, building the YouTube site. We had some movement on the t-shirts today, which I'm gonna, man, you guys milk me for shit on that, and I'll tell you what I want to tell you, and I'll give up whatever else you get out of me. Also, the PCS meme contest is in full effect right now. We got about less than an hour and a half still to vote on that. It was pretty close between the 2 finalists. You know, stuff like that. Just putting something. That just started out as an idea off the top of my head, and it was sloppy. I didn't do a good job of it. I didn't organize it well, and it's showing. And that's okay. That's how we do shit. That's how we learn, and that's how we figure stuff out moving forward. Sorry about that. I'm going to be coughing throughout this whole night, guys, so just be prepared for it. Judy Ann, I love how this group has grown. We saw that already. Sorry. Ronnie Fletcher, bring them on camera. I don't know who you're talking about, so we don't do that. Deborah Patera, we see your shadow. Cool. Where do you see my shadow? Oh, hi. That's what we'll do. I'll be the shadow. Check it out. I'm going to do the shadow broadcast. Glenn Shadow. I'll do a little dance for you. Hey, everybody. PCS, fam. I love you. All right, enough of that nonsense. Thanks for pointing that out, Deborah. We'll get that later. You guys are hilarious. Mary Gunny, hi from Grand Rapids. Carrie Dole. Welcome to the weekend, Glenn and my PCS fam. Cheers. Sally Hackney, just checking in to say hi. On my way to a softball game. Awesome. Have a great time. And don't get hit by any foul balls or anything. Have fun. Johnny Ray, hang in there, buddy. We're hanging, man. We're not going anywhere. Lots of good stuff happening. Deborah Patera, Pelosi is the weepy little bitch, not you. Man, again, we're in that same conundrum of just what do you say? They're so off the reservation at this point. And they're not even doing anything you can make fun of. It's just, they're just all insane. Creepy, gropey, sloppy, sleepy Joe Biden's going to kill cancer now. Right? I didn't even read that shit because I'm just like, it's just so silly. But Joe Biden's going to cure cancer. So anybody knows what his idea for curing cancer was? I imagine it involves some breast exams, free of charge, I'm sure. But whoever knows about that, kick it in, let us know. What else are they doing? Pale Feather was got some plan now to help the wage gap or something between brown and not white people and white people. So I don't know what her idea is, because her ideas seem to get you in a whole lot of trouble, like 1,024% later. So I don't know how that's going to work out so much. Liz Palmer McKenzie, good evening, Glenn. Hey, Liz, welcome. It's funny when I say your name because my sister's name is Liz. I always feel funny. I don't know why, but I do. But I'm glad you're here. You always make me smile. Michelle Foran, love you, Glenn. Your page is great. Michelle, I haven't seen you on the live show before. So welcome to PCS Laundry Live, and thanks for giving us a shot. Again, I light the same cigarette 10 times throughout the hour because I talk like a friggin' maniac and I forget to smoke and the cigarette goes out. So it's not like I'm smoking a half a bag of cigarettes and I only hear it like, I know I shouldn't smoke anyway. And like I get it, and I love you guys for like telling me not to, but I am. So, all right. Moving right along. Liz Palmer McKenzie, I hope you're feeling better soon. I'm doing good. I've been dosing myself up with Alka-Seltzer Plus and just resting and trying to relax as much as I possibly can. So I'm feeling better. Thank you for I wasn't even saying anything about it because, like I said, like when I posted about it yesterday, I was in day 3, And it's just usually when I get colds, it's like they come on like a ton of bricks. Like I'll feel a little tickle in my throat, and then an hour later I'm in full cold, and then a day or two and it usually goes away. So I figured yesterday was the last day, and it still carried over a little bit more to today, but it's not so bad. So, but thanks for worrying about me, guys. I appreciate all the well wishes. Thank you so much for that. Deperterra, Trumplicans posting your stuff, others too. Nice to see. Yeah, working through the groups is turning out to be a real boon to the site, because like you're focused. Like when I used to do the where I just go pimp it on like other people's pages, where I go like on Breitbart or Shapiro or whatever, and just like post comments there, and then people like the comments, and it gives me an opportunity to invite them to the page. It wasn't as focused. Like with the groups, I'm going to places where it's way higher percentage of people who are like, kind of with the program that we're trying to do. And it increases the probability of getting good people in who are going to be happy here and content here and fit in. And it's working so much more naturally. And I'm sure they're figuring out a way to squelch that for me. But, they are, obviously, by not letting me join any new groups. I'm still working on figuring that out, but it's not a problem yet. Everything's good, man. Like, it's the first time in a while where I feel like, and I shouldn't even say this shit because I'm going to jinx myself, but it's the first time in a long time I feel like the site's solid right now. I would like to have that reach I had last week, but like I said, that was probably just like a little, what's the word I'm looking for? A little anomaly, so to speak. But it was great. We took advantage of it. We got a whole lot of people in here. Hopefully they're all going to stay and just be good members of the team here. New people, the rules real quick. Rule number 1 and only, don't be an asshole. If you're not sure if you're being an asshole or not, ask somebody and we'll tell you. Moving on, I got to catch up with the scroll. Keith Nielsen, can't join groups. What are they afraid of? Yeah, it's the funniest thing, man, because like you go to this thing, like they just started not too long ago allowing pages to join the groups. It used to be you had to have just a private account. So a couple of months, maybe a month or two ago, maybe it's longer than that, I just didn't notice, they started letting groups join the pages. So I jumped right on that. I mean, it seemed like a natural. It gave me the same benefits that, doing the other stuff is. Like, I post a meme on a group, and people go and they click like on that, and then I get a button to just invite them to join the page, and they decide if they want to join or not. It's up to them. It's not haunting anybody. It's not busting balls. It doesn't seem intrusive on the group because I post 1 or 2 memes a day on the groups. I don't go bother anybody. I don't go begging anybody or pimping the site. It's pretty, not proactive. It's more like people just like coming on in. So it's working out. And then all of a sudden, like a couple of days ago, I went to look into joining some new ones, and it gives you the drop-down menu and says you can join this group as your individual page or as a group, and then it shows you the groups, or it shows you the pages. And Planet Common Sense, the original Planet Common Sense, was not on the drop-down menu. Like they just eliminated me from even. I don't know. I'm still working on trying to figure that out, and it's not hurting anything at this point. It could down the line, but we'll see what happens. I'm burping like crazy. I'm horrible. I apologize. If you could, it's just me being sick, man. Like I'm still not quite right, and I'm pretty hyped up on the Alka-Seltzer Plus, and I drank a lot of coffee before the show to make sure I didn't doze off in the middle. So just bear with me. Kevin Kirkwood, you are not the only one, Glenn. Happening to others also. Yeah, I started saying that before. Like I know damn right who is like a very similar page to ours. They post the same kind of content, same kind of people. I think they're similar in size. They went through the whole process too, and I talked to them when it first was going on, and I haven't gone back and checked how they're making out, but they look like they're up and active. I saw somebody popped in from Fed Up Patriots earlier. Who was that? That was it was one of the guys from the contest, and I can't remember which one it was that runs Fed Up Patriots. If you get a minute, get with me and tell me what your experience with the authentication process was. I'd like to talk about it with you if you got some time. And I saw Political Pylon was back on the web after a 30-day jail sentence. Don't know what that was, but yeah, man. Again, it's just a game, and the rules get made up as you go. And you just ride it out and you just keep talking, and that's about all I can do. So Amy Bowman Pegram, good time to set up as the 2020 campaigns are about to get crazy. What's it, like 2 weeks from Wednesday is the first debate, the first Democratic Hunger Games debate. Now, they said there's going to be 20 people on the stage, which is, it's great. That's just great. It's going to be mayhem. They're going to ask each of them one question. They're going to ask them, like, what would you do to stop world hunger? And let them talk. And it's going to go on like a normal debate for 5 minutes. And then everybody's just going to start bashing Trump. And then they're going to start going at each other. It's just going to be hilarious. And it's just ridiculous having 20 people on the stage at the same time. And I thought what initially they were going to do was they were going to have like 2 different groups, which I don't know how they were going to split it up. I think personally they should have had like the top half goes in the debate, and then the bottom half, like they have them like in Starbucks across the street from where the debate is, having their debate, you know, for all like the polling 0% candidates. Julian Castro, the male sex doll, and everybody else whose name I don't know, and kombucha, the eating salad with a comb lady. You know, she should be over at Starbucks for that debate. And just let the headliners like take the stage, and you know, Bernie Wrinkleballs and Gropey Sleepy Sloppy Creepy Jopey Dopey Joe and Pale Feather and Kamala and whoever else, Petey Pollywog. Let them do the regular debate. But I don't know how it's going to play out. But again, like we did those test runs on the the watch parties in anticipation of this. So keep that night open. If I'm not mistaken, it's Wednesday the 26th, and we are absolutely going to set up a watch party for that. You know, I'm kind of torn because like the watch party seems like a great idea, but I really want to like just watch the president like live tweeting during the debates, because that's going to be hilarious. But we'll work it out where we can get both things done and just take it from there. Nancy Lamberti Rodriguez, hello, and a red heart. Hey Nancy, I think I remember you from the page. Not sure if you've been on PCS Laundry Live before, so thanks for giving us a try here. Jump right in. It's completely interactive. Any questions you got, like I said before, if I don't get to them tonight during the show, I'll pick it up tomorrow in between downloading old episodes to the new YouTube channel and handling customers at work. You know, I don't know what that's like, man. Like, it's so funny that like I'll be at work and like nobody will come in for like 20 minutes. So I'll start working on something and I'll be in the middle of a thought, and then like 17 people will come in like, I need a screw. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I bet you do. And then like I lose my train of thought. It's just, I gotta get out of retail, man. Like I gotta start doing this like for real, like professionally, and making money at it so I can focus on it a little more, and I think I can make it better. But we're working toward that real hard, putting a lot of time into it, and I think you all know that, so I'm not gonna harp on it and looking for a pat on the back. But good things coming, man. I hope we get there soon. Deborah Patera, you're talking a lot tonight. Matt Al hosting the debate. Hilarity. I'm going to watch just to see her ass. Her and Sally Cohen, they should do like, after the debate, they should like do their, Rachel Maddow and Sally Cohen should do their Wham tribute band thing, like for entertainment. Maybe they can open for the debate. That'd be hilarious. We got Kevin Kirkwood. The DIMM debates are going to be a riot. Deb Sage, rainy and cold here too in Green Bay. It's okay, Glenn, as I think I was only here once before. Wi-Fi issues, so I missed what happened. Yeah, guys, like if you missed the show, like especially last week, and again, I want to apologize for all the bullshit that happened last week with that. I really didn't know it was happening. Like everything was running smooth, but the first half of the show ended up just breaking up. People were saying it was cutting out like every 6 seconds, every 10 seconds. So we cut the show off. We restarted. The second half seemed to go smooth. But when I went back and listened to it afterwards, like it all ran smooth on the replay. So going back to what you originally said, if you miss an episode on Friday night, it goes right up on the page. As soon as I'm done, you can watch it on replay. Anytime during the week, I usually pin it to the top. So it's there and you know about it. And now, you know, another couple of days, I'll have the YouTube channel up and running. And, you know, I hate to keep asking you guys to like subscribe and follow and like something, but I'm going to ask you all to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, just as a fail-safe in case anything happens here, but just, you know, if you like YouTube better than Facebook, you can go watch the the live shows on YouTube. So again, thanks for checking in tonight. Mark Halmo, what up, my Caucasian? What's up there, homie? Welcome. Bob Martin, I saw Pelosi once on a bunch of different pages. Oh, I saw the Pelosi one on a bunch of different pages. That got some legs. That thing ended up going to like, that meme ended up hitting like 350,000 screens. Man, I don't even know what to say about that. Like that seems to me like what I would expect 2 years from now, like to be at those kind of levels. And I think I just got a little taste of it. I'm back to earth now with that. It's better than it was. Like all the numbers are like marginally better than they were before all that, and they look like they're maintaining. So we bumped it up a notch, no doubt. But boy, oh boy, that was a crazy week. That the Kamala, the Queen Elizabeth one, the last one that came here had a tallywhacker. That got some legs. And the one with me pointing up said he's right, about the voter ID. That one hit about 200 and something thousand screens. I just, who said it? Sally Field. You like me. You like me. All right, cool. You like me. I don't know why. I don't find myself a particularly likable guy, but for whatever it is, thank you, and I love you all. So keep sharing that stuff, guys. Like, you couldn't do anything more for me than just keep sharing stuff out. If you're not, if you don't want to do that, you don't like doing that, that's fine. I don't hold anybody to it. It doesn't sway me one way or the other, but if you can find it in your heart to share anything I post, it gets out there, people see it, and they come to the page, and that's how you help with growth. So thank you so much to everybody who's been doing that. Keep it up. Love you guys. Mary Gunny, love this group. Hope the newcomers start commenting too. They're popping in once in a while. Thing is, we don't get anywhere near the numbers on the live show that we get on the page. Like, the peak at any given time, any week, is around 45 to 50 people at a time. Throughout the course of the show, we hit maybe 2,000 people, which is awesome. I'm very happy with those numbers. But it's not like, I post something and under normal circumstances where like 2,000, 3,000, maybe 5,000 people see it. So it's not like that. So they are jumping in. Like, we're seeing new people in here every week. It's a fraction of what comes to the site. It's not for everybody, And I imagine just jumping in the first time and seeing, look, we're seeing nothing but a street scene here. Nothing's really going on except this guy's talking. And they don't get like what I'm trying to do here. Like, you got to look at it. If you're new and you're wondering what's up, take this like it's radio. All right. The important thing is not that you see me, and I'm not going on camera for that specific reason. The important thing is that you listen, because if you're not seeing stuff, it means you got to listen harder to hear what I'm saying. And that's kind of like the way I'm trying to steer it, to put it, one way. So yeah, that's what's up with that. So new people or anybody who's jumping in for the first time, like, that's why you're just, seeing the building across the street, which is getting ripped down in about a year or so. That's going to be fun. We'll watch that. Thomas Johnson, I like it here because I can say what I want without some old lady saying you shouldn't say that. We get them once in a while. Don't rag on old ladies either, man. That's my best demo, bud. 54 to 65, ladies. Y'all are my loves. Every week, you're the ones that carry the weight. You're the highest percentage, the biggest demographic. And New York and Texas are the two top states, and they're always pretty neck and neck on that. I got to look more at the demographics. I'll share them with you on the page. I said that a couple of weeks ago. I was going to do that. I never got around to it, but I'll do that. Kevin Kirkwood, looks like you are wearing a lid. Yeah, I'll give you a quick look. That's my lid. Buffalo, UB, horns up, baby. Nancy Walker, I want PCS and your face on a t-shirt. First of all, Nancy Walker, just make sure, you can't possibly be, but I just want to make sure you're not the Nancy Walker from TV, because I remember that had that show on, Blansky's Beauties. It was on for like 3 weeks, but it was hilarious. And Nancy Walker was a funny lady. But I think about it, and that she's got to be dead by now, or she'd be like 130 years old. So I guess you can't be her, but I always think of that show and her. I think she was on Happy Days or something too, like she played Bonzi's aunt or something like that. But Nancy Walker, I want PCS and your face on a t-shirt. My face is not going to be on the t-shirt on the first run. Some point this week, I'm going to put up a mock-up from the company of what the t-shirt's going to look like. I hope you guys like it. If you hate it, I'm going to get stuck with a bunch of shirts. And you know what? That's just the way the game goes. So it's a risk I have to take. But down the line, we're going to do other designs. We'll do other shirts. And any suggestions you guys have, I'll certainly listen to them. But that's a possibility. I don't want to put my face on a shirt. That seems so crazy to me. Like, why would anybody want to see my face? And other people have said that too. It's flattering as hell, but ain't much to look at. So I don't know if that's something I necessarily want to do. We'll have to play that one by ear. Kevin Kirkwood, show us your lid. I just did. Linda Bleefnick, what do we think about the president saying he would listen to info that foreign countries might have about his opposition? That's an interesting one. First of all, I don't think it was necessary for him to say that. And I think it was, in some senses, a little silly for him to say that. And it's something that he's done all along that I've never gotten used to and I've never warmed up to. Where sometimes, and I dig his trolling, man, he makes me piss myself. Today with that flip-flop. It's National Flip-Flop Day for Joe Biden. That was just brilliant. That literally made me laugh out loud. I was sitting by myself at my desk, just like pissing myself over that. And then I posted it for you guys, and you guys laughed at it. So I get it, and I think it's funny as hell that he trolls these people, and he baits them, and he makes them flip out like that. It's just the funniest thing. But sometimes it's unnecessary, and sometimes it seems to me like a little too gratuitous and a little too hardcore. And this kind of fell into that category. And I'm not even talking about whether he's right or wrong, because I do think he's right. And I think I don't disagree with him. It's just that when you put it up like that, when you put it on the tweet and you put it on Facebook, it's like you're just poking the bear. And they're busting your balls about everything already. Why are you begging for more? I mean, it just seems like more unnecessary shit. Now they're just going to start looking into that and start another investigation and start saying, oh, we need to impeach him because he's going to listen to, you're just like asking for that. And I don't get that part of it. I don't understand why he does some of these things that he does. I'm not mad. I'm not like freaking out about it. I'm not bashing him over it. I just don't get it. I don't think it was the most prudent thing to do. There's enough bullshit stacking up from these lunatics on the left that they're investigating and they want to impeach you for. Why drag more out? Why throw some gas on the fire? It's just like, I don't get it. The flip-flop thing is great. Throwing a nickname out is great. You call Nancy a drunk. That's hilarious. But this was just a little much. I thought it was a little silly. Now, that being said, yeah, I don't disagree with them a bit, because that's exactly what they did. What do we think the president's saying would listen to info about that foreign countries might have about his opposition? Hell yeah. Why wouldn't you? How do you think Hillary survived 2016? How do you think the whole dossier came into play? They took that, and not only did they listen to it, they paid for it. They sent people out to get it. They contracted people to get information to give them, and then listen to it afterwards. So fair's fair, man. You know what? You're going to make the rules and then bitch about them? That ain't right. So if that's the rules, it's kind of like I always say, like, people talk about things like a slippery slope, like, oh, we don't want to do anything, like you don't want to do the nuclear option in Congress, because then what are the Democrats going to do? What are they going to do? They're going to do the nuclear option if you don't do it. It's the same thing here. You can't worry about what they're going to do, I guess, because they're going to do it anyway if they think of it. So you do it first. It's such a silly, childish game. This is getting so complex and so into, like, trying to one-up each other. Yeah, obviously you're going to listen to, what you're hearing on info about your opponent. But it doesn't make it nefarious. It doesn't make it underhanded. It doesn't make it an impeachable offense to do that. And if you're going to start coming after him for that, then you know what? We got to flip that table right over and start going after you, because you all did the same shit. And you paid for it. You did it even worse than he's doing it. And he hasn't even done it. He's talking about doing it. So, that whole thing was kind of silly. Like I said at the start, I don't think it was the wisest thing for him to, poke the hornet's nest and bring all that shit down on himself. But he's not wrong in any sense of it. It's not the wrong thing to do. Deb says, look like you're on stilts. I'm not on stilts. Stiltskin. Yo! 2 weeks from Sunday. I wasn't even going to announce this. I was going to surprise you, but it shouldn't be a surprise. This should be something we prepare to celebrate. I went back through the archives and I found out the exact first day that we found Apple Stiltskin sitting on his ledge, rotting his ass off. And it was June 23rd, which is 2 weeks from Sunday. The first anniversary falls on a Sunday. So we're going to have on Sunday a special edition PCS Sunday brunch, the Apple Stiltskin 1 year memorial gala to celebrate the finding of Apple Stiltskin. We'll get some pictures and you guys can all share your memories of our little fruity little friend. And we'll talk about that a little more as it gets closer. But yeah, mark it down. That's going to be a big PCS Sunday brunch on the 23rd, the Apple Stiltskin Gala. For those of you who don't know, Apple Stiltskin was an apple. I found it rotten on a ledge, and nobody touched it for like 3 months. And I took a picture of it every night as it progressed in its rotting and festering and oozing. And it lasted for a couple of months, and everybody was pretty captivated by the whole thing. It was like kind of like that stupid giraffe we watched walk around like in its enclosure waiting for it to have its baby, its little giraffe puppy. So it was like the kind of same dynamic in effect. But hey, you know, whatever works. But yeah, we're going to say, if you have any further questions about that, we'll get into it in 2 weeks. And I'm sure somebody will be happy to get you up to speed on that if you ask the question. Carrie Dole, the Shadow Knows. Hi, Carrie Dole. The guy in the car thinks I was waving at him. I think he waved back. We got Mark Halmo, Biden and Pelosi, perfect together. Chris Scalzo's here. Hi, Liz Palmer McKenzie. Everybody needs a Liz. Your sister has an awesome name. Yeah, but you spell it with 2 Z's. That's badass. I like that a lot. You make it a little different. You make it stand out a little bit. Cool for that. Aaron Ness, checking out your show, sitting in Seattle traffic. Love your page. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. It's always nice to hear that somebody appreciates what we do here. Absolutely thank you for checking out PCS Laundry Live. And we hope you like it. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like I said before, if I don't get to, well, I just did get to you, so we don't have to worry about it. But if you got anything else that I don't see, I'll get to it tomorrow. Cindy Papas, that's how I signed on through the, I guess you're talking about like how you got here. But I'll check with you on that on in the morning. Kira Weber Hopwood, hi, sorry I'm late. I always get you and Kevin Kirkwood confused, you two. And I was wondering if like you're together, but I guess not. It's 2 separate names. And you could throw in Hazelwood too. So we're all like a little happy family here. Mike Petty, gotta go to work. See you later. All right, man. Thanks for checking in. Glad you're not in Facebook prison this week. I'm going to do a quick time check just to see where we're at. We got about 20 minutes to go. Crap. I just scrolled past a whole bunch of shit. Deborah Patera, good folks on Trumplicans. Trumplicans, an awesome group. I don't know what their policy is on letting everybody in. I guess they're pretty open about it, but check out Trumplicans. If you're looking for a good group, Trumplicans is outstanding. Give them a look. They've been since way before Planet Common Sense, and they've helped me out a lot over the time. Bessie Dotson, oh damn, I can't be myself. I don't know what that means, but you just keep on being yourself. Deb Sage, I'm staying, love it here. Awesome, we won over another one. I'm losing my voice, guys. I'm going to make it this hour, but just barely, I think. Bessie, having a good evening at work. Have a good evening at work. Thank you. Oh, that was to Mike Petty, one of our regulars right from the start. Mary Gunny, how can we share other posts to the PCS page? I don't know. That's not that that's vague. It's just that I don't know exactly what you want to share. Like usually, you can just like if you can get the link from a post. Like you click on those 3 dots up in the upper right corner on whatever post you're on, and you usually get a drop-down menu that'll say copy URL. And if you copy the URL and come to PCS and just go like you're making a comment and just drop the URL into the comments, you can post it. Then you should see the article pop up, and you can actually erase the stuff you posted, all the numbers and letters, and make that go away, and then write whatever you want and hit go, and that should do it. As far as a meme, you just got to save that. You got to be a little more specific on what you're trying to save. But if you get something that you want to share, rather, if you find something that you want to share, reach out to me, and I'll try and talk you through it. And if anybody else knows how to do that, can help her out, let Mary Gunny know. Kevin Kirkwood. They're gearing up to counter conservatives in the 2020 election. They're gearing up to cheat and all that shit. You know what they're going to do. Mary Connie, we need a watch party for the debate. We're definitely doing that. We just said that a couple of minutes ago. That's going to be tremendous, and it's going to be like just a preview of the debates between Trump and whoever wins the Democratic Hunger Games and has to run against them as the sacrificial lamb in this hideous landslide. But yeah, that's definitely on. Unless technical shit comes up, which always does, we're definitely planning on a watch party for that here at Planet Common Sense. Amy Bowen, Pegram, some stuff like we've never seen pending. Good or bad. I don't know which we were talking about, but there's got to be a lot of crazy stuff coming up because you've still got 2 years of this shit, man. It's going to ramp up and just be out of control. Deborah Patera, yes to 26. That's confirming the debate. I just noticed that because I was tweeting something at Bellfeather, and she was all psyched about her debate, and you should send her $3 to help her. So, I don't know what she's worried about. She's in the debate already, not like Krusty Kristen Gillibrand, who's still begging for money to get onto the debates. I don't know what's up with her or why she's even bothering, because she's silly. She's too stupid to even make fun of. I can't even think of anything that's funny about her. She's just so silly. Doug Paxton, Sandy Paxton, housing projects. Yeah, that's it. And there's like 3 more buildings like that going in that direction up that block past Lexington Laundromat. And I heard they're knocking them all down. I don't know if they're knocking them all down. My man Hector at the Laundromat told me they're going to knock at least one of them down that they've had chained up for a while. So when they start doing that, man, I'm going to get right up in there and we'll watch them knock it down or something. That could be fun. Maybe just do that whole thing for a whole hour. Darla Elkins. I'm guessing it's Darla because it's always Darla, not Dwayne. Hello, everyone. You're getting in late, my love. We're almost done for tonight. So catch the replay later. Deb Sage. Okay, I'll go watch the replays and we'll subscribe to your YouTube too. Yeah, watch for that. I don't have it posted yet. It's going to be another couple of days because I still got a lot of work to do to get the YouTube channel pulled together. But in a couple of days, I'll post a link where you can subscribe to the YouTube. Also, I know you hate Twitter, guys. It's just another lifeline, another way to stay connected. If I get shut down or I end up in jail for a little bit, check me out on Twitter. It's just type in Planet Common Sense. It's the same logo, the black circle with the PCS in it. And I'll post a link for that with the actual full name. I know every time I say 18 people, you guys are like it's like that joke. An atheist, a vegan, and somebody who hates Twitter walk into a bar. How do you tell which is which? Don't worry, they'll tell you. It's getting like that. Like every time I say, check me out on Twitter, everyone's like, I don't do Twitter. I get it, I didn't do Twitter either. But just as a matter of self-preservation at this point, Twitter's a nice lifeline. If things go awry on Planet Common Sense, it's something we'll have to stay in touch for whatever duration that is. So check out the Twitter. Check out the YouTube in a couple of days when I get that run. And Instagram's still up if you want to check out Instagram too. And I get it. You don't like Twitter. I don't like it that much either. It's what we got for now. So check it out. Oh, I think I'm so far behind on the scroll, so I'm going to pass by a few. Killer Weber Hopwood. Rhoda's mom, Nancy Walker, has been dead for a long time. LOL. But I think the same thing every time I hear Nancy posts. You see the funny ways we connect, those little obscure things. Nancy Walker, she was Rhoda's mom. That's right. That was another great show. And Rhoda came from the Mary Tyler Moore show. And then she had her own show. And then she quit. And they put Sandy Duncan on it. And it was Sandy's family. I don't know how that all went. None of them were like super great shows. But I always remember Nancy Walker. And for some reason, I remember that goofy show, Blansky's Beauties, that was on for like maybe 6 weeks. She was like a talent agent or something like that. That was a pretty funny show. The funniest shows always get taken off the air in 3 weeks. I don't understand. It was a show. George Carlin had a show, which I can't remember the name of, and it was on for like 3 weeks, and it was fucking hilarious, and they took it off. Then, what's his name? Andrew Dice Clay had a TV show on for like 3 weeks. Blessed His House. It was funny as hell. They took it off the air. And the other one, I always laughed at. It was so funny. I think it was on Fox when Fox was new. It was a show called Shasta McNasty, and it was Gary Busey's kid was was like one of the stars. But you know who was on it? It was the first time I saw him. Was Vern Troyer, the guy who played Mini-Me in the Austin Powers movies, the midget guy, and then he ended up blowing up and becoming famous. And I remember that one because the show was just stupid funny. It was only on for like 2 or 3 episodes, but the way they introduced Vern Troyer was they had him. He worked in a Mexican restaurant, and they had him dressed up as a matador with a giant sombrero on, and he was playing a guitar, and they had the sombrero. The whole brim of his sombrero was filled with tortilla chips, and there was a bowl of salsa in the middle of it, and he walked around playing his guitar like 3 feet tall, and people would take a chip off the brim of his hat and dip it in the salsa. Yo, that was like the funniest shit I ever saw. And again, it was a funny show. It was like a pretty funny show, and they took it off the air in like 2 weeks. So I don't know. Put me on TV. I'll come up with some shit. I'll be the conservative Saturday Night Live. Like, give me a show and put me on against them. I'll eat them up, man. We'll kill them. We'll get all you guys on there, and we'll do something like we do here. That could be a blast. Yeah, who's ever gonna do that? Who's got $1 million, man? Start it up. Let's get it going. Linda Bleefnick. Nancy Walker played Rhoda's mother. See, we're making contact. Chris Scalzo. Nancy Walker in Murder by Death. Great movie. That was a great movie. I haven't seen that in forever. Tim Thomas. So every page has its followers demographically sliced and diced by some. It's a little scary. Yeah. No, I didn't want to like keep harping on that stuff. I kind of wanted to get it over at the beginning, but yeah, man, it's just, again, it just goes back to that same tagline I keep saying. It is what it is. And I hate that line, but it's true. Like, you can't do anything about it at this point. If something starts getting done and they start busting up Facebook and busting up the leftist sock puppet social media, then maybe things get better. Maybe things change. And I know everybody keeps saying, oh, go to this site and go to MeWe and go to, whatever. There's not 1 billion people there. And that makes a huge difference. And now I'm hearing something, and I can't remember who it was, but some big time like conservative billionaire is looking at starting a site now. Maybe this is the real one. Maybe this is the real big one, and it's someplace it's a refuge for us. Those things take time, and they take money, and they take infrastructure, and they take a lot of people getting on board. So, and I hope it works out, and I'll go in a minute if it works out, and it's viable for me. It's just tough to say, okay, I got 9,000 plus people here, and then I'm going to go there and start over again with 1. I'm too far into this to go back and do that. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully things will work out with that, or one of them will start blowing up, and we'll see how it goes there. Kevin Kirkwood, we talked to you a lot tonight. We're going to pass you a couple of times now. And Deborah Patera, same thing. Aurora Tracy missing. It was to entrap the Dems when they are exposed. Will they scream treason for themselves? And that's a good point. And I probably was like a hair away from putting that together before I said anything. That's a very valid point. I'm guessing that you're talking about like Trump coming out and saying that whole thing about like listening to the opposition info from foreign countries. That's actually a great point. I'll check that out a little more and see what I think about it after I do. Amy Bowman Pegram McStain flew over on the taxpayer dime to listen. McGhost, he's not McStain anymore. He's a dead traitor. McGhost is a ethereal good guy now. I'm working on him. I'm trying to find him a job. I'm trying to make them a productive poltergeist of society. Let me know what you think of the memes with McGhost. If they suck, I'll stop doing them. I think they've been pretty funny, so maybe we'll keep it up. We'll see. Jeff Fitzsimmons backing Dems into a corner, kind of going along with what Amy just said. Yeah, that's actually a good point, so I feel a little bit better about that. Roxanne Dudley Toner, hi, I'm here. Glad you made it. We're leaving in about 5 minutes, so you're going to have to catch us on the replay. Hey, listen, before we wrap up, you got like a half hour left to vote on the meme contest. We got the 2 finalists. There was 3. I didn't hear back from the third person all day. I reached out, tried to get a meme out of her, and whatever, it's just unfortunate, and I'm sorry I couldn't get you in if you're on the program. If you're here too late, I did everything I could think of to try and reach out to you to get your meme in, and I just didn't get it in time, and you didn't get it up during the day, so you're out. Sorry about that. But the two contestants that were in, they were running neck and neck. And that's because everybody was liking both of them, I think. So I put out a plea, like, pick one or the other, especially this last half hour. If you're still voting on the meme contest, they were both real good. Like, they were both real solid memes. And, you know, I didn't vote, but I liked them both. And they both were solid and definitely worthy of being on the site. And I'm going to have fun working with them and putting them out there for other people to see. But we got to get a winner, so get your last-minute votes in. It might go a little past 8. What I'm going to do is, once we're done with the show, I'm going to go gather up my laundry, grab some food, and head home. And once I get home and settled, I'm going to check it out and see what we want. If it's time, maybe we'll get it going a little longer, and we'll see how that works out. But so get your votes in. One last light on the cigarette, one last scroll. What the hell's up with cigarettes that they go out so easy? Susan Levy, rotten apples for brunch. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Tracy T is watching. Tracy, I haven't seen you on the show before. Jump in, and we're almost done. It's an interactive show. We're not going to be too much more interactive tonight. But thanks for checking out PCS Laundry Live. If I don't get to you tonight, and if you have any questions, just type them in the comments. I'll get to them tomorrow when I do the recap. We got Carrie Dole. I saw Gillibrand's coffee shop appearance this morning. About 20 servings of soy in the room. At least the crowd. She's toast. All right, well, you know what? That makes 3 now. We had a PCS Laundry Live beat Betty O'Rourke at his rally. We had a PCS Laundry Live beat Bernie Wrinkleballs at one of his rallies. And now we beat Krusty Kristen Gillibrand at one of her rallies. I should run for the Democratic nomination in the Democratic Hunger Games. I could get 0% in the polls just as well as any of these miscreants can. Guys, it's getting bad. So I'm going to check the time. I think we're just about wrapped. So I'm going to start saying goodbye. Bob Martin, what's up, buddy? Cure for your cold. Boil water in a mug. Add a teaspoon of honey and 3 shots of Jameson's. Drink as fast as you can. You then go to bed, sweat that shit out, and feel great in the AM. I just take the 3 shots of Jameson's. The rest of that's all just like extracurricular, man. I think the 3 shots of Jameson's would do the trick. But no, you know, I got a real good cure for that, and it doesn't involve getting drunk. It's and tell me if anybody tried this before, but somebody told me about this a long time ago, and it works pretty good. Is you boil water, and you get a grapefruit, and you peel the grapefruit, and you put the skin from the grapefruit in the water and boil it, and then you make a cup of tea, just regular tea, out of the water with the grapefruit essence in it. And don't put milk in it because the milk will curdle from the citric acid. But you put some sugar in it, just however you make your tea, and you drink that tea infused with the grapefruit skin, and it really I guess it's just like a ton of vitamin C. I guess eating the grapefruit's probably a good idea too. And it's just a ton of vitamin C, and I've done it, and it actually makes you feel better on the short term, and you get that big dose of vitamin C, and you don't get fucking hammered, and you don't get a hangover, which is worse than the cold from the 3 shots of Jameson's. So mine's a little bit more green, I guess, than Bob's is. But hey, go for the Jameson too. I'll drink the Jameson straight. Deb Sage, I'm on Twitter once in a while. Manny's Grammy. Look me up, Deb. If you see me on, if you want to try and find me on Twitter, it's PCS. Just type in Planet Common Sense and look for the same logo, and I'm out there. Michelle Barr just jumped in. We're just getting ready to wrap it up. Michelle, sorry I got in so late. Check out the replay. Liz Palmer McKenzie, you should definitely be on TV. Go fund me. We don't say go fund me on Planet Common Sense anymore. I'll explain that at a better point in time. 1 or 2 more. Chris Scalzo, Parler, the new social media site, no squashing free speech. Yeah, but there's 100,000 people on it, and it's not the same thing. I get it. Everybody's been telling me about Parler, and I got to go take a look at it at least. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to at least give it a look, because a bunch of people have been saying Parler. You know, who knows? Maybe I'll look at it, and it'll be appealing, and we'll get something cooking there. Or just lay down, open a site, and just as a satellite and see what works. We'll check it out. I'll check it out. Enough people have said Parler that's gotten my attention now. So, Bessie Dotson, I'd rather stay here, and if they get another platform up and running for us conservatives, have at it. Yes, that's exactly what I just said. I mean, that's kind of the whole point. one or two more, and then we're gonna wrap. I said hi to all these people. Jim Thomas, just sleep, Glenn. Sleep is the only real cure. I get, man, it's hard though, man. I don't get much sleep as it is because I got so much going on. And you're absolutely right, and that usually is what gets me through when I feel this shit coming on. I just like do what I got to do, and I don't get sick often. And I usually tough it out when I do get sick, unless it's something. I've been working where I'm working for 4.5 years now, and I haven't called that. And I've been working there 7 days a week. The only days I get off are when the store is closed, which is 5 days a year. And 7 days a week, 4.5 years, I haven't called out sick once. I'm a badass like that. Like, I don't play around because, like, all I'm going to do is sit home and be sick. And if I can sit upright and speak, I might as well be at work making money because we got a lot of things to pay for still to get above the poverty level again. Yeah, it's just tough, man. It's tough to get that sleep sometimes with everything that's going on, but thanks for the idea. I'll give it a shot. Mona Eves, thanks for another fun evening, Glenn. Feel better soon. Have a good evening, everyone. See y'all next time. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. The shadows got too long for me to do a wave. Maybe I'll start walking a little. Nah, that's silly. I was going to wave goodbye in the shadow, but you know what it would have looked like. Thank you, every single one, for coming out, checking out PCS Laundry Live on your Friday night. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, does cool stuff, and keeps making America great again. I appreciate all your support, your shares, and your love. I love you all right back. Couldn't do it without you. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on YouTube in a couple of days. Watch for the t-shirts. Hopefully next Friday I'm going to announce it officially. Instagram's out there, and as always, we're always there every day at Planet Common Sense on Facebook. Love each and every one of you guys, and I am out.